Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the Akim that are teaching this word. Shalom, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Now, as you can see here, this is just another example of the destruction that, Esau has been doing to this earth, man. All right, it says tanker carrying 1 million barrels of oil spilling petroleum into the Yellow Sea after collision. All right, and this ain't, this it's a collision. It said, and the oil spilled into the sea. But Esau has been doing this for years. All right, just pouring barrels of oil into the sea. Anyway, there's old footage of that, man. Esau's tankers just throwing hundreds and hundreds of barrels of oil into the sea, and they've been doing that for an innumerable amount of time, man. So this man's just defiled the earth, man. So it says the 272 meter long, a symphony tanker, which carries around 1 million barrels of oil, is spilling petroleum into the Yellow Sea off the coast of China's Qingdao port following a collision with a bulk carrier vessel. The Shandong Maritime Safety Administration confirmed that a spill had occurred after the oil tanker owned by Symphony Shipholding SA and NGM Energy had a collision with the bulk carrier. You see, so this is the images of it. If it will show here, it will come up here. Yeah, man, this is the oil that's just been spilled into the ocean. And where was the oil going? It was gonna go to a major city and be used for fast cars and petrol for cars and to destroy the earth anyway. Which is Esau's whole society. You go outside, all the smog from the exhaust from these cars, you're breathing in polluted air. So this is what this was going to do anyway. So one way or another, it was going to reach a landmass to be poured into destroying the earth anyway, man. But it just went into the sea. So this is funny, man. This is just the way Esau operates, man. He's a destroyer of the earth. All right. So it says, oh, so lucky, I'll go out of it here. I didn't mean to do that there. Yeah, so he's a destroyer of the earth, man. All right. So it says the Yellow Sea is a region between mainland China and the Korean Peninsula, and the oil spill threatens to have environmental and economic impacts as it would disrupt one of Beijing's largest crude terminals after officials ordered all vessels to remain 10 nautical miles away from the area. Now, this is obviously, it is I believe it was like a Moabite ship. So they do the same thing as Esau. All these other nations, they follow the same blueprint as Esau, right? Pillage the earth for its natural resources. And they do the same thing. They spill there. Because think about it, the Asian countries, for example, they have massive armies. They have nuclear weapons. They have to test these weapons. They have to use all types of oils. And what do they? Oil for the tanks and oil for, for their jets, oil for chemicals for their bombs. And where the waste chemicals, where do you think they dump it? Different remote parts of the earth, man, into the sea, remote islands. This is what these devils do, man. The Esau and these other nations. So they follow the blueprint of Esau, which is to just pillage this earth, man. It says, an oil spill threatens to have environmental and economic impacts as it would disrupt one of Beijing's largest crude terminals after officials ordered all vessels to remain 10 nautical miles away from the area. Qingdao currently accounts for around a quarter of China's crude oil processing capacity. So this is what it is, man. It says officials are currently in the process of responding to the emergency and haven't provided an evaluation of the pollution levels or the scale of the spill. All right. So when you read into the scriptures, it tells you, that these things. It tells you that these things are why these things will be happening, man. Isaiah 24:5. It says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. All right. So who's inhabiting? Who's the main ones ruling? Pretty much Esau, the Edomites, and these other nations. So they've defiled the earth, man. They're the ones with the power. They're the ones with the authority on the earth, man, over the earth. All right. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. And that's why the earth's defiled, because these nations, they don't keep the biblical standards of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. They don't keep the biblical laws of the Lord, man. So it's defiled under their authority, man. All right, they just pillage the land. They never give the land time to rest. You know, they just, because where does the oil come from? They have to have these massive oil rigs and tankers to dig into the earth to suck the oil up from the earth, man. So they don't give the earth no rest, man. You know, so it says, because they have transgressed the laws of the Bible, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. Yeah, because the way the Lord's gonna, you know, bring things back to order is to destroy the rulership of Esau and all these other nations. All right, they're gonna have to be nuked. That fire judgment. All right, that fire which is gonna destroy them and, you know, bring everything, you know, back to balance the scales, man. And then we're gonna be the ones ruling next, man. It says the new wine mourneth, and with me, when I say we, I mean the Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, Native American, and beginning with the elect. All right. So it says the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. All right. Yeah. So this is what's gonna happen, man. All the merry-hearted do sigh, and that's happening now, right? See, this wicked. See, when you rule in wickedness, eventually it comes back upon you, man. So now it's affecting everyone. You know, these lockdowns, and, you know, everyone all of a sudden is like not just the lockdowns, but everything that Esau's doing. Everyone has to get vaccinated and all these different things Esau's passed. Now all of a sudden everyone's thinking about the earth, thinking about the pollution, thinking about, you know, the wicked governments all of a sudden, because you're forced to have to think now. But this is what it is, man. We've been telling you this for years. These devils, they destroy the earth. They pillage the earth. We've been telling you this for years, man. All right. They corrupt the earth. You know, all they do is just, Esau can never get enough. And these other nations, man. They can never get enough, man. All right. So the Lord's going to bring judgment upon them. But the point is, they've defiled the earth because they don't keep the laws of the Lord, man. All right. They've pillaged the earth, you know. They don't keep the law of the Most High, man. Okay? That's far from their thoughts, all right? Revelation 11 and 18, it says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And who's the main nation that's destroyed the earth? Esau, man. All right? Now, these other nations, they, you know, like the Chinese and the East Indians, you know, they have huge armies also. So they need a lot of natural resources to keep their societies functioning. But who do they get the blueprint from? Esau. All right. So it says, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth, which the main people that have destroyed the earth is the so-called white people, which they're going to be destroyed. All right. This is the time we're in. And all their cohorts, all the nations that are their underlings, the Chinese, the Japanese, the East Indians, the Arabs, they're going to be destroyed. Oh, even Ishmael, for example, the Lord, they're like little underlings of Esau, Ishmael. And one of the main places on the planet everyone loves to visit now is what? Dubai. And what's Dubai about? Dubai is about high-rise buildings, fast cars, all right? Lamborghinis pumped with petrol, destroying the earth, man. They're nothing but mini Las Vegases over there. So the Lord said, it says, and shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, which is the brothers that believe in this word, right? And to the saints, and them, the hopeful elect, and them that fear thy name, small and great. And what's the Lord's name? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And the only ones declaring him is the hopeful elect, man. The Akim. That's the only ones declaring that name, man. Of great millstone, you know, and those that believe, all right? In that true name, all right? It says, in them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. So they're going to be, that's a prophecy right there. That's about to happen. Destroy them which destroy the earth, man. All right? Because Esau's proven that he's unprofitable to rule the earth, man. All he's done is destroy it, man. Corrupt it, you know, corrupt the children, corrupt the women's minds, corrupt men. You know, if you're in this society, if you're corrupt, you can increase in riches. The more wicked you are, the more you prosper. But in the end, that's detrimental to you, man. But the more righteous you are, the more you suffer in this world, man. But that's okay. That's okay, man. This is Romans 8 and 19. It says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. And meaning these other nations, these heathens, right? They're waiting for the sons of God to rule, which is the Israelites. All right, which is the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans in our right mind. They're waiting for us to get that rulership because the earth is totally defiled, man. Esau just, there's people that are impoverished, don't have a plate of food to eat. You're not supposed to be living on the planet and struggling to eat food. But that's the system that the so-called white man set up. So everyone's really waiting for him to fall, you know, and for the Israelites to rule, man. See, everyone's looking for that, a better world to come. And it's coming. It's going to come, man, through Yahweh Shai. So it says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of God. All right. And the sons of God are the Israelites. So the other nations in their spirit, even these other nations, they're crying out for us to get back into that rulership, man. Because the earth's going to be governed the right way. We're not just going to pillage and destroy the planet, man. You're going to like all these natural resources, they're useful for things, but not just to be, sucked out of the earth and basically just sucked out of the earth and drying it all up, man. You're supposed to have a balance with using natural resources. Even like gold, for example, gold and silver can be very useful, man. To make cutlery, to make, just many different things. It's just a part of the earth. Like when Esau invaded the Indies, the Americas, the Tainos were playing with gold. It's a natural resource. It was just a stone, right? But what does Esau do? He pillages and destroys and destroys and destroys mines and can never get enough, basically, which in turn destroys the earth, man. Because these things, they're supposed to be, for example, like that oil and stuff, there's meant to be oil in the earth. That's why it's in there for. It's got a purpose, man. But what does Esau do? He just can never get enough, hoards it all to himself, man, which in turn, destroys the balance of the planet, man. So anyway, with that, I'm just going to say all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the Akim that are teaching this word. Shalom Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Shalom.